Hello all, we're talking about the very last component of intercultural competence. Let's talk about openness. So a quick note, remember when we're talking about intercultural competence, this is a process. So you are never going to be completely interculturally competent. It is a lifelong process where we are all working on practicing the skills of intercultural competence. Becoming interculturally competent requires learning new skills and acquiring new knowledge. So you're in that process right now. We're acquiring the knowledge through the course itself, and then we're practicing the skills through our assignments. So we've already practiced a bunch of elements of intercultural competence. We've been examining our worldview and our cultural self-awareness. We've been thinking through verbal and nonverbal behavior, and then we've been cultivating empathy and curiosity. So this week, let's practice some openness. So what is openness? In terms of intercultural competence, openness means suspending criticism of other cultures. It means investing in collecting evidence of cultural differences, and it means being disposed to be proven wrong. So all of this means that we want to be open to the idea that we don't know, that we might be wrong, that we might have pre-existing beliefs that are obscuring our way of seeing. So this week, I've asked you to engage in one of the following experiences: to listen to music from another culture, to read a novel or a short story from or about another culture, or to attend a religious service that is unfamiliar to you. Now, when you're doing all of these, I'd like for you to really be actively thinking about how you can be open to different ways of seeing, to compare what you know to what you think you know and what you are actually experiencing. So to prime yourself to be open to new ways of seeing, ask yourself, what are your beliefs about the object of inquiry, and where did your beliefs come from? And how might those beliefs shape what you're about to experience? So before you read or listen to something or attend something, just ask yourself, you are inquiring about that object, about that book, about that music, about that religious service. And what are your beliefs about the culture that produced that experience, that object of inquiry? Just take a moment to think about where your beliefs came from and how your pre-existing beliefs might shape what you're about to experience. So you need to check in with where you are and what your expectations are of what a music experience might be like, what a novel might be like, what a religious ceremony might be like. And think about what your expectations are and try to be aware of them as you go into this experience so that you can just be open to what it actually is. When you're there, notice anytime you're making an assumption or you have an expectation about what might happen. So if you're listening to music, reading a book, or attending a religious ceremony, just notice when you have assumptions about what should happen or what you should experience and all of that, and try to set that aside and be open to what's actually happening. Feel free to look up any commentary about your object of inquiry. So you can look up the book that you're going to read, or the music that you're going to read, or the religious community you're about to visit. You can look it up online and see what other people say. So what do they say? What do other people say about it? And then what are their beliefs and assumptions, and how do they differ from or reflect your own? So when you are reading about what other people are saying about this culture, does that resonate with you? Does it feel challenging to you? Just be aware, just observe kind of what comes up for you so that you can be more open, so you don't immediately shut down because of whatever your pre-existing beliefs are. So that's it. Go have fun, be open to the experience, become more interculturally competent this week.